I started.
Is it working?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first video of this new YouTube channel that we're starting here. It's going to be called Two Airheads and a Boxer.
Mike Tyson was busy, and we both like our ears, so
That's right.
We're supplementing with this one.
We're going with this one. My name's Jeff. This is Charles. We are the Two Airheads. So this is our introduction video. We're going to be doing basically an ongoing series with this bike. This was a bike that we basically got for free, as you can see, point over there. I like BMWs, point over there. So this would be my third BMW motorcycle. Kind of rebuilt that one myself, just did some cosmetic stuff, but this one obviously, as you can tell, is going to be a really big project. So me being a lawyer, I know a little bit to get me in trouble, so I can do some cosmetic things like I said I did with the one over there. I can change grips. I can send the tank out to a great person who knows how to paint tanks, and they can send it back to me and I can bolt it back on the bike. But that is about the extent of my knowledge as it relates to building a bike from the bottom up. So this one was obviously going to be a little bit more outside of my abilities, a little bit over my head, but thankfully I have a good friend, Charles here, who knows a lot more about these things than I do, so I'll turn it over to him to give you a little bit of his background and understanding, and then we're going to kind of just do a walk around on the bike. A lot of the parts are over here in these boxes. So we haven't even gone through them yet to really see what's in there. So again, this is going to be the intro video. We'll walk around the bike. We'll talk a little bit about it. We'll see what parts we have. And then we're going to kind of just spitball about where we're going to go with it. And then we'll figure it out from there. So Charles, why don't you kind of tell them what you think you can do, what your background is, and what we're going to do with this thing.
Hey everyone, I'm Charles Worley. I have a background of 20 years as a mechanic, worked on cars, motorcycles, everything else. I maintain all my own stuff. I've rebuilt a few of my own things a couple of times. So Jeff brought me into this project to help bring this back to life. We're gonna, I think basically what we're gonna do is a resto mod and turn it into sort of a modern vintage racer. Saw some stuff online that we really liked the look of, the Ritmo Sereno R90S brake bike, and that's kind of the direction we're gonna go with it. We're going to take it to the track and go racing. I've got a little bit of experience with racing motorcycles, a lot of experience on track with motorcycles, and Jeff seems to think that I'm not going to high side it to the moon, so we're going to take it racing.
Right. So you race motorcycles?
I race motorcycles.
Right. You currently are kind of doing that. You used to do that.
Yeah.
You took a break to do some other stuff.
Yeah, I did. I did a lot of track days back in the early 2000s. Matter of fact, we spent an entire year doing nothing but track days just about every weekend. Took some time off, had some surgeries, injuries, getting old.
Getting old.
Don't like getting old. Finally got back into racing, actually started and got a racing license last year, and now we're kind of waiting for the quarantine to end.
Right, yeah, right now we can't do anything. So I think kind of our initial thoughts are we might turn this into like a racer, and then maybe Charles will take it around to some of the antique or classic divisions or whatever, vintage divisions, vintage racings, and maybe we'll race it. It should be kind of fun. So why don't you come in, camera lady? Job for the chocolate Labrador. And then Charles, you're gonna walk around and just kind of explain what we're looking at and what some of the things we might need to do or fix on it. This is a 1976, just to start it out, it's a 1976 BMW R90/6. So 900cc engine. 987 cc engine.
887 cc engine, actually. This is the low compression version of the 900 motor. It made about 60 horsepower on a good day when it was brand new in 1976. What I was thinking was get a little bit more power out of it. We're going to do the high compression kit with the cams from the S model. Ideally, I'd like to see about doing a single swing arm, the mono lever swing arm, instead of the dual lever with the dual shocks. Gives a little bit easier tunability, a little bit better for shaft jacking, from what I understand from the reports of the people I've talked to who race these. We're going to upgrade the front forks, possibly keep it BMW. We might make it something period specific to keep it legal or keep it correct for vintage racing.
Yeah.
You don't like the plan?
Yeah, he does. He thinks we should. He's one of those traditionalists that thinks we should just restore it the way that it was straight from the factory. And look, I get that. I certainly like a lot of people that do that. Those complete restorations are great. We toyed with the idea of doing that. with this. But I think after we looked at the condition that it was in, since we're gonna have to do so much work to it anyway, we figured, well, let's just go a different route. So
we're not gonna make it completely unstreetable. We're gonna
Right.
keep the wiring for the headlight and the brake, so once we get a title, we can register it and take it around and have some fun on the street too.
right, yeah, that's the plan. So if you want to zoom in, so obviously it needs a lot of work. These are our limited edition factory erector hardtail shocks that we're going to be replacing. Obviously, it's an interesting fix that they did. This bike had been sitting in our friend's garage for at least 6 years in this condition, I think. And I don't know how long it had been sitting in the previous guy's garage in this condition. So as you can tell, it's missing some stuff. So obviously, we would be upgrading shocks anyway, especially if we're going to do
we're going to do the
racing.
monolever. It's going to go to a single shock on this side.
Right.
We can weld the gussets on. The main thing we're going to do, we're going to strip this thing down completely to the frame. Figure out what exactly we need to fix, repair, modify to get to where we want to be. Obviously, we're going to go through the engine, the transmission. We've noticed already that it has some trouble shifting out of beyond
Right.
first gear. So we're going to go through the transmission.
This was in the box when we got it, so
We're obviously going to have to go through the carburetors,
see
maybe replace them
in
with
here.
some.
There's some probably what might be considered rat droppings, maybe, or something along those lines. It's dirty stuff. We're missing, the cables need to be done. Obviously, we're going to completely take apart the carburetors or replace them with some new ones. The good thing is, all this stuff is available. There's plenty of BMW shops out there that still get old new stock. You can get brand new stock. You can get remanufactured of all this stuff. So it's things that we're going to be able to put together, over time.
One of the cool things that it did come with. This is
Yes.
one of the original 2-in-1 Continental exhaust systems. This alone is a performance part that's actually, even in the condition it's in, worth some money. We can clean this up, probably still be able to use at least most of it.
Yeah.
So, good starting point.
Yeah. So a lot, some of the stuff is in the box. The covers are in here. There's wiring. The mirrors are in here. The starter, I think, is laying in here somewhere. So, we haven't even gone through everything yet. So it's going to be a project, basically. This bike, these parts, 2 airheads and a boxer. We're going to be doing videos, either weekly, daily, however much time we can get off to work on this project. So we'll be doing, the breakdown, and then cleaning the engine, and rebuilding carbs, all these kind of things. So we're going to be working on this thing. I don't know how long it's going to take. We don't have a time frame. Just whenever we can get over here to work, we'll work on it, and then we'll be posting everybody videos. So if you like what we do here, if you want to see what this restoration build is going to come, click the subscribe button on our channel, click the little bell which has the notification settings, so you'll get notified whenever we do these things. But we're going to be doing, weekly or monthly or whatever we can do it. So please tune into the channel, comment, like, share, give a notification. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun as well. And then hopefully we'll post a picture at the end when we're done, obviously. And then people have questions, things that we do, feel free to comment or message us, and we'll figure it out from there. But this is just our intro video, so hopefully a lot of people want to see what we have to do, and we'll keep everybody up to date. Any last minute stuff you want to throw out before we close it out?
I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of fun. Probably a lot of money, but we'll see how that goes. We'll have some special guests coming over, because we have some Charles, because he's in the racing community and the motorcycle community. We all are. We've been riding for a long time. We're going to have probably some special guests come over when we have to do special things on it. There's local fabricators. There's local paint people that might come over and come in and out and guest star from time to time. We may have some other friends come over to help us
We
with
got
the
a guy
labor.
in St. Petersburg who races something very similar to this currently, so he can help us with direction and
Sweet.
probably some parts sources too.
And obviously, you said St. Petersburg, so we are located in Florida, so weather permitting, it doesn't get cold down here, and the summer's coming up, so we'll be able to do a lot of work on it. A lot of sweat, a lot of tears, probably some blood, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in, subscribe to our channel. If you like what you see, comment, come back again, and then we'll see you on the next video, which should probably be the teardown or the breakdown,
Yep,
basically.
the teardown.
We'll get out the wrenches, and we're just going to take it apart, and we'll give some tutorials on how to do things, what tools to use. We'll just do some breakdown videos, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in. 2 airheads and a boxer. Look forward to seeing you guys every week or every couple days, whatever we can post a video. And thanks for sharing. Look forward to you joining us on this journey.
Thanks for bringing me on board.
Yep, it's going to be great.
You don't know what you want.